Welcome to Abhigyan Academy. Let us discuss an important topic about the Anglo-French wars in India. Okay, Anglo-French rivalry in India. And this Anglo-French rivalry in India is known by the popular name as the Carnatic Wars. Okay, Carnatic Wars. Why it is called as Carnatic War? Because this term we got from a geographical location, that is this region. Okay, this region is called as Carnatic. Okay, this region is called as Carnatic, and for both the powers, okay, for both the powers, it means for the British also and for the French also, this region is very much important. Okay, that is why for their establishment in this region, both the parties engaged in a prolonged period of war in India, okay, as well as in Europe. Their political history, political rivalry is connected with Europe also, and that extended to India. But India, as we are discussing now from the perspective of Indian politics, then this rivalry was mainly for this region, okay, in the eastern coast of India. That is why we call their rivalries in India as the Carnatic Wars, okay. That was for a prolonged period and it ended finally in 1763. Now, if we see, there were a number of wars between the British power and the French power in India. The first that war, okay, as I said, that it will be called as the Carnatic War. So the first Carnatic War was held in the year of 1746 and lasted till 1748 between both the parties. Okay, see the context, as I said, that their rivalries were associated with the politics of Europe. So what happening in Europe, there was this war of succession. Okay, so war of succession in Austria, and regarding that, both the parties were supporting different candidates. Okay, they were supporting different candidates for the succession. So that is why this rivalry started in Europe and also extended this rivalry in India. But in India, since we are discussing about the Carnatic Wars and Carnatic region is in India, so we will discuss about the Carnatic or Indian Wars. So see, the first war broke out in 1746, that is the First Carnatic War, when the popular French governor was there in India. The popular French governor was Dupleix. He was a very powerful governor from the French side who was giving a strong competition to the British power in India. So what's happening? This Dupleix, the French governor, he captured the region of Madras. Okay, he captured the region of Madras. This Madras was a very important location for the British at that point of time. Now, in today's time period, what we call Madras is Chennai. Okay, it is Chennai. So now what happens? This British power appealed to the Nawab of Carnatic. Okay, so during this time, in this region, in the Carnatic region, who was the head, who was ruling? The Nawab. Okay, Nawab was ruling in this region. So British approached the Nawab of Carnatic for the help, and then there was a popular battle between these two forces. Battle broke out between the Nawab and the French forces, but the Nawab was approached by the British power, right? So now there will be a popular battle called as Battle of Saint Thom or Adyar, Madras only. Adyar means they are talking about the Madras region, between the forces of French and the Nawab of Carnatic. Okay, and the Nawab of Carnatic during that time was Anwaruddin. So now the Nawab was backed by whom? The Nawab was backed by the British power. This battle started 1946 and continued till 1748, and this ended with a peace treaty, that is Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle. Okay, Aix-la-Chapelle treaty, that was followed peace between these two powers, means between British and French. And under this treaty, what happened? This Madras that was captured by the French governor Dupleix, it was restored to the British power, because this Madras was a very strategic location for the British power. So that is why this treaty Aix-la-Chapelle brought peace for some period of time. It was temporary peace between both the parties. Okay, now let's move forward because there will be more wars in between these two parties. So First Carnatic War continued 1746 to 1748. Now Second Carnatic War will begin after 1 year only, because I said that the Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle brought peace for only some period of time. It was a temporary treaty, temporary peace was established, but after 1 year only, 1749, what will happen? The Second Carnatic War will be held, okay, and it will last till 1754. Now what is happening? This is a succession dispute in Carnatic. Okay, so what is happening? In Hyderabad, the throne will be changed. Okay, in Hyderabad the throne will be changed, means there will be new ruler to succeed. Okay, this succession now is happening. The British is saying that in Hyderabad the new ruler should be Nasir Jang. Okay, according to the British, they were supporting Nasir Jang to be the ruler of Hyderabad, and Ahmad should be the ruler of Carnatic. He was already there, but other parties were also there to rule in this region. According to the French power, the Hyderabad ruler should be Muzaffar Jang. Okay, so they were supporting Muzaffar Jang to be the ruler of Hyderabad, and Carnatic with Champa Sahib. This Hyderabad succession is more important when it comes to the Second Carnatic War. Okay, so British is saying that Nasir Jang should be the ruler of Hyderabad, and French is saying that Muzaffar Jang should be the ruler of Hyderabad. So it means they were supporting different parties for the succession of Hyderabad. So this was the bone of contention during the Second Carnatic War that started in 1749. Okay. Now what is happening? The turning point. Here what comes to the Robert Clive. Okay, Robert Clive. The rise of Robert Clive and his defense during the siege of Angkor. What is happening now? This Robert Clive will intervene, and there will be a strategic shift where French authorities recall Dupleix, a major strategic error. What is happening here? This Dupleix, I said that Dupleix was a very powerful French governor who will be leading the forces in the First War. But during this time, what happens? This Dupleix was actually called back by the French power. Okay, means back to France. It was recalled. So this actually was a major mistake. It is considered a major mistake observed by the French people. So what is happening now? Again, the battle between these two parties began. But during this time, the British power was on the edge. Okay, they were on the edge side. It means they were on the critical side, because now there is no strong governor to protect against the British power. So the battle continued 1749 to 54, and there will be a treaty. But this treaty is like the Aix-la-Chapelle treaty. Now there will be a very second treaty between the French and the British. This is called as Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle. But this treaty was also like that. It will be establishing peace for a temporary period of time. Okay. Now what is happening? This two parties are continuously fighting among themselves for this region also, and in Europe also they are continuously fighting. Okay. So this Treaty of Pondicherry have established peace for only a short period of time. Okay. And after some time again there will be the war in India between the French and the British, and this will be the Third Carnatic War, 1758 to 63. In 1763 there will be a peace treaty between both the parties, not in India but in Europe, because their complex is associated with Europe. Okay? Later it extended to India, but background is associated with Europe only. Now in a global context, the 7 years of war will begin. Okay, 7 years of war will begin from 1756 to 1763 in Europe only. In Europe, the war started way back. Okay, way back, because in India 1758, but way back in Europe they are already in the war. Okay, they are already fighting against each other. So 56 and 63, total 7 years of war. It is what the Third Carnatic War is also called as the 7 years of war, because in 1763 there will be a peace treaty signed between both the parties in Europe. Okay, the decisive battle of Bangalore, Tamil Nadu. This is a region near Tamil Nadu. Okay, in 1760 there will be a battle, and British General Ironwood completely defeated the French power, and French power was under Count d'Arly. Okay, he was the French governor during that time. This Count d'Arly was defeated completely by the British. The British general who was leading the forces. It was Ironwood. Okay. Now what happened? The British forces captured Pondicherry and Mahe, which were the regions of the French power in India. This were taken by the British from the French, and a peace treaty in 1763 was signed in Europe. In Paris, 1763. After this, there was no direct war between these two powers, but indirectly French was helping the enemy parties of the British in India. Okay, so what happens in 1763? Finally, the war ended practically in India. So a peace treaty was signed in India, Europe side. So this strong side was going up, fighting side was going up, then was stopped. Okay. Now, if we talk about this, see, this French people, okay, what happened to these French people after this? The British had this terms with the French that they were not allowed to expand themselves politically in India. Okay, commercially and politically, the French power were not allowed to do any kind of expansion. Okay, so they cannot do their expansion after this. So the British is now on the other side. Among the Europeans, the British were considered as the most powerful party, eliminated the other power like the Portuguese, the Dutch, the French. Okay, and after this, the British will remain the superpower in India, and they will start annexing the part of India after this. Okay, so this is all about the Anglo-French rivalry that we call as Carnatic War. As I said, that region, eastern coast, was important for all the parties. I hope this video is helpful for you. If you have any doubt about this topic or any course, you can just comment and ask. Okay, thank you.